what we used to see, and this is the changing world that we live in with the amount of satellites and information coming in. I used to say, well, by year 2, we have to do this because we ramp the electricity up and therefore we get the effect. And what I'm saying now is, no, you got to be right first day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
what's the change, do you think?
Well, how many satellites have we got going around?
Oh, yeah, because Starlink's really put it out a lot. And they're not the only company that's doing that.
And so...
In fact, can I just add, Apple are doing a thing coming up with the next generation of Apple iPhone, which would be the iPhone 18, where they're going to normalize having 5G available from satellites.
Right.
So you don't need the cell towers.
Right. And so what we've got is this impact of all the stuff coming in all the time. And again, there's no way we're going to stop it all. We have to have a remedial action and be able to improve the process on ourselves. We are an electrical receptor. That's how our systems all work. Like see these tendons and what, they all work for an electrical current. They're all thinking, the computer says wave, so it waves, and it's like the soil says, what's this gut-sake music?
And that's that shitty frequency.
That's the shitty frequency. And so we have to be very accurate.
Well, that's the other thing too. It'll do whatever it's told to do, right?
That's
whatever is put in is what's going to come out.
That's absolutely
so you're going to want to change that because it's going to basically do what it's programmed to do.
That's right. And when you get, if you go back and have a look at the cyanobacteria video, it's the smallest organism on the planet and blah, 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 blah. Why is that so important? Well, human or mankind would not be on this planet if it wasn't for cyanobacteria.
Yeah, sure.
And so all of these things, you go, well, okay, so that's reasonably important. And go, yeah. And if you've killed them all and they're not functioning because you've given them gut-sake music, have you not missed the greatest opportunity in our lifetimes to remedy the situation? And playing gut-sake music is not good for them. They don't like it. They won't work. And also, that's why we put the fungal species in. So there's all these ongoing things that we know and have seen. If you want to go through the pain and not do it, I don't really need you as a customer because it's not a good thing. It's like I don't want customers that it isn't working. We need it to function.
Yeah, I think I hear you because you want the best outcome for everyone and you're going to need people on board with that approach. Otherwise, they're wasting their time too.
Yeah, I'm wasting their money and my time to have a bad outcome. Through this whole journey, the greatest learnings have come from the hard times. But once you've learned it, you shouldn't have to do it again.
Yeah, that's right. And that's actually the key thing behind why some of these videos and the podcasts exist, so that you've got something you can return to and study and save time.
Yes.
So, originally you were saying, we've got to do this because people are asking me the same things all the time and we need to get out to the more advanced stuff. So let's put that in place so it's there so we can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just, it looks like we're going to have to go on to a sort of a proper soils course because we've had so much inquiry from outside the country. Although that's another aspect of this whole process too, of how we actually get those products and information to these people. It's easy enough getting the information, hard enough getting the products to them. In this country, we know what to look for, how to get them. We know outside this country that they're there and that will come. We've just got to get our system sorted out. Same thing.
Yeah.
How does our system work?
Okay.
So what we got to do now, just to carry on. So just when we start these programs, like people go, oh, well, I don't know if I've seen much and I don't know this and don't know that. I really, partake in the process. What I say about getting the soil, getting your little set of scales, or take your wife or your partner or whatever else in the paddock and go and have a play around with it. One of the things that I really, really notice, and I want others to actually really get this, is that before my little pendant, I just hated doing soil samples on new farms because they were toxic. And when you go back 12 months later and things are in order, you find yourself sitting on the ground having a chat with people, playing with the kids and doing things like that. And that, to me, I can, oh man, this has changed. This is a nice place to be. This is an environment I want to be in. So I want to see people understand where we've come from and what we got to and to move forward. Now, in that first 12 months, I'm wanting to see a major change in that soil.
Mm-hmm.
Now, partake in the process. Go and dig a few holes. See that thatch has disappeared in the top, right at the top of the soil. All of these things are really important, and you'll think, okay, so the energy of what's gone in to start with the fungal species and the cyanobacteria hasn't given up so much growth the first year. It's actually gone to building it down here.
Mm-hmm.
The soil will always eat first.
Okay.
It takes first dibs every time.
Well, it has to, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To be the powerhouse that you expect it to be, it's actually got to get itself ready to go.
Absolutely. So like what we're doing is putting a Swiss watch in place.
Mm-hmm.
You got all those sprockets, you're getting, the calcium and the magnesium, and there's a bit of silicon coming, and we're going to put this jewel in here, and we get that. And then when that starts to get that process sorted, then it starts to give it up to the growth, up to what's going on. So in the first 12 months, my flat statement is, if I can hold you where you are right now and get that part underneath working, and you don't lose production and you save a lot of money and you get some animal health issues, I've really done my job. That's what I promised to do. And quite often we'll go back and we'll do soil tests. I remember one just up Northland, and I think they're going to do the second lot of soil tests. Within the first 12 months, we grew 10 tonnes of carbon per hectare.
Wow.
Okay, and so in regard to that, we built their nutrient storage phenomenally. And I'll do other studies on and show you the numbers on those as we go forward. But like these are things again, cool. Test shows we were on track. And he said, I haven't seen too much. But the cows are pretty healthy though. We didn't have this and didn't have anything. Cool, I've done my job. But I know now he's followed the program. Second year, okay, now we want to see a herbage test as well. Because the first 12 months is really obtaining what you've got or starting to obtain in the total soil test and bring it forward into availables.
Okay.
Now, when we start looking at selenium, iodine, nickel, cobalt, molybdenum, the most accurate way to test them is actually in a herbage test. But the only way to test them accurately in a herbage test is actually have a soil that's actually starting to function.
Okay.
Because if you take a herbage test on a soil that's not functioning, it doesn't actually give you the true indication. Molybdenum's an absolute perfect example. If you throw a heap of molybdenum on a soil that's not working and then you crank it up, all of a sudden you can be going, oh my God, we got too much. I've got copper deficiency. I've got this, and the other things.
Right.
So I'm very reticent about throwing stuff at it. And then the soil test usually the first year gives us an indicator where we're going to. Usually we put some nickel and some iodine in because pretty much deficiency. We put some selenium in there. But I'm very cobalts are like this one here. We've been at it for 20 years and this is the first year I need to go.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow,
so that's just an indicator. Like last year it was boron. So it showed in the soil test and in the herbage test.
Okay.
So the second year we're going to start looking at herbage tests along with the soil tests. Generally, I don't go chasing the second year soil test that hard because we sort of got a bit of an indicator, but we need to see what's going on with the herbage test. From there, you get yourself from being on the top of the soccer ball, you start to get to a big fat beach ball and easier to manage. You know, like it's a bit easier to go. It's like a big yoga ball. You can lie on top of it and lounge around. And, you know, after that, things start to settle down, soil grows a bit deeper, you know, you can manage it, you stop, and you're now in tune with what's going on in the farm.
So you sort of get to a place where the changes are less drastic after they've improved. There's sort of more sort of flow rather than sudden jolting changes.
Absolutely. And sometimes those changes are sudden and jolting. And like, even though the farms are going cranking at home at the moment, I can see the subtlety of this cobalt issue with stock.
Right, but then you'd be at a point where you've got leeway and it's okay. It's not going to kill you.
No, it's not. I mean, our vet bill's still...
You're going to fix it, but...
Yeah, that's right. My vet bill's still zero.
Yeah, right.
And so, you know, like this is the thing that we need to move forward with. And this is just getting people into this methodology going, okay, so now I see why he wanted to take the soil tests at those places and we can go back to those places exactly. And then when we do herbage tests, we do them at this time of the year when we're going to growing medium and we want to look at those legumes coming in with the pasture so we can look at the cobalts and whether it's accurate and all these things. so that you get the best result.
Keen to dive deeper? Check out our audiobook, An Eco Farmer's Discovery, on Spotify, or grab our free ebook, The 6 Things You Need to Improve Soil and Farm Profit. Links in the description.